3. Good Saturday morning. I'm AtmosCenter meteorologist Caleb Seaver with a look at your forecast, where we'll start with the weather headlines. We'll talk about the high fire danger today across the Gulf Coast, those warm conditions and how long they'll last, and those low rain chances that'll start to come up by the time we get to the middle of next week. We'll start by looking at our forecast highs this afternoon. A little cooler than we were yesterday with temperatures in the mid-80s, but this afternoon we'll only be in the 70s. Evergreen 71, Monroeville 71, Mobile down at 74 degrees, a little cooler closer to the coast with the Gulf Shores at 69, Pensacola at 70. And if you take a look at the radar, we can see that cold front that passed through overnight and into this early morning. As you can see, that cold front now over the Gulf and over parts of the Florida Peninsula, leaving us with a really nice Saturday in store. The bigger story with that cold front is not the temperature drop, but the dew point drop. Those humidity values and those dew point values, a measure of the humidity, were in the 60s at this time yesterday. Now they're down in the 30s and 40s. So a really dry day across the area. Mobile, your dew point today, 34. Thomasville, your dew point, 32 degrees. A lot different than what we saw next week. And you combine that low dew point and these strong gusty winds throughout the afternoon between 20 and 30 miles per hour across the area, and factor in that we're in a bit of a drought across the Gulf Coast, a bit of severe drought and a moderate drought in those oranges and tan colors across the region. That is leading us to high fire danger across the Gulf Coast. You can see those counties outlined in pink under a fire weather warning, and that includes our entire market area and really much of the southeast this afternoon until around 7 p.m. tonight, when that fire danger starts to go down a little bit. But just keep in mind, if you were thinking about having a bonfire, campfire, doing a little grilling, maybe put that off till a day later next week when those humidity values start to come up, just to limit that risk of a wildfire. The good news is we're not likely to be affected by a wildfire, and that will leave us instead with a really nice Saturday afternoon. Drier conditions area-wide and sunny skies. So if you're headed out to the ballpark to watch South Alabama take on Old Dominion, weather looks great. We'll see temperatures in the middle 70s under sunny skies. Only big issue going to be those gusty winds out of the north and northeast. Now let's talk about why are we so dry, why are we so warm? Well, that's in large part due to this area of high pressure that's moving in behind the cold front. As this area of high pressure starts to set up over the southeast, we'll see that warm weather continue. So we'll see these temperatures in the 70s and warm up a little bit by the time we get into the early part of next week, and we'll stay dry as well. Those dry conditions are being caused by that area of high pressure, which favors sinking air, not what we typically would want to get high rain chances. That high pressure system, though, starts to move to the east by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday, though, bringing those rain chances back into the forecast. So low rain chances Saturday, Sunday, Monday with that high pressure in control, but as it moves off to the east, we see rain chances increase to around 30 to 40% by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday. And those aren't going to be widespread heavy rain days, but rather just some afternoon pop-up thunderstorms as we start to see that humidity increase over next week. Dew point values today only in the 30s, into the 50s tomorrow, and that humidity, that air you can wear, back in the forecast as we go throughout next week. But the good news is that's next week's problem. This weekend still looking great. See temperatures in the 70s along our Gulf Coast beaches, back around into the upper 60s on Sunday and Monday. Only issue are those high rip current risks on Sunday and Monday. So if you're headed out to the beach over the latter half of this weekend, early part of next week, just stay out of the water. It'll be a nice day. Spend some time in the sand. Just make sure you're wearing sunscreen with those high UV indexes. And now for your 7-day forecast, where things are looking pretty good for this time of year. We'll see temperatures in the mid to upper 70s throughout the next week as highs. We'll see those rain chances come into effect Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But again, not expecting a washout, just some scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. We'll see lows in the mid to upper 60s.